There is information that is stored in your energetic field, and when you go out and meet other people, you are sharing that with other people, whether they are aware of it or not. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to vibrationally communicate what's already going on and how to do that in a more conscious way. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that of Vibrational Communication 101. This is everything you weren't taught in school about how you communicate with other people. Much of communication is nonverbal, so it's not necessarily the words that you say. And even if you study like the hardcore science of it, where they say that 93% of communication is nonverbal. Well, this is like that, but this goes a step further. This is about understanding vibrational communication. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like when you were maybe making eye contact with someone else, that the more eye contact you made, the more you were able to understand about them? Have you ever noticed how when dogs do something they're not supposed to do, for example, say I had a dog in here and that dog got in the trash, if I were to come in, that dog would not make eye contact with me. Why is that? Well, communication happens way more than just with your words. It happens with your vibration, which includes your aura, the energy that is stored within your auric field of your body. It happens within eye contact. It happens within touch. If I were to touch you on your shoulder right now, you would feel a certain way, or you would be able to more likely to, it's more of an empathetic type thing. There are many different ways other than just the words that we say, and even the science that we know, most of it is like the tonality more than just the word. Only 7% of communication is the words that we actually say. The tonality carries with it a vibration as well. So for this, the main things that I want to be talking about when it comes to vibrational communication is first off, understanding that of intention. Intention. I used to work a sales commission job, and every day that I went in, I could feel the intention of whether people were interested in buying or not, interested in, I sold women's shoes. And on the other side of that, if I went into work that day with the intention of making money or with the intention of hitting my sales goals, that intention from me, people could feel. However, if I had the intention of going in and adding value to other people, then that also had a very powerful impact, and people could feel that. It was a much more genuine feeling. So the first part I want to talk about is intention. And you can feel other people's intentions without them really even saying anything. I've met people before that say very nice things, and they're doing everything on paper that would be like, oh, you would like that person, or you would feel like a resonance with that person. But there's just something a little bit off. Something a little bit off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but then you realize that there's just maybe something in their energetic field that isn't aligned. And it's not a judgmental type way, but this is about being aware of people's vibration. This is about being aware of people's intention and understanding your own intention when you go out into the world, because people can feel your intention. If you feel like people maybe take you the wrong way, maybe there's an incongruity with your own intention. And what I mean by that is becoming more clear as to what you intend for, more clear as to who you are in general, how you relate to yourself. And the more clear you become, the more that they will also be able to feel that off of you. So I wrote down some things that I want to talk about. Now, vibrational communication, understand that the more eye contact you make with someone, the more you are connecting with them. So for example, when two people fall in love, they will normally in the very beginning of their relationship make very powerful eye contact with each other very consistently. And then normally what happens over time? Over time, that eye contact may stop. That eye contact may start to go to other places, and when they do see each other, it's like, how was your day? Good. And then it's like there's barely any of that eye contact there. But you feel very deeply connected with people when you make eye contact with them. You may enjoy watching my videos and notice that when I do my videos, I'm looking into the camera a good amount of the time. And from that, I've met people all over the world that have watched the videos that they feel like they actually know me, even though physically we may have not actually met. there's something very powerful about eye contact with vibrational communication. And you can pick up on my energy just by watching this video. Maybe you're listening to this video, but regardless, because I'm so focused and I'm so present with you, there's a certain level of energetic exchange that happens as I'm in this flow state that then comes through the camera. So the first thing I'd become aware of is your own eye contact. How and what are you focusing on, and what kind of eye contact do you make with people? Now, on the other side of this, you may have people that have what we could call negative energy, which means their energy is more contractive, which means that when you're around them, you may bring down your vibration. Now, you may also want to limit your eye contact with people that maybe have bad intentions for you. I've done that before, where sometimes, there's a couple situations, even just on this trip, where, I don't want to get too much into it, but where sometimes there was somebody that was like following Lior and I around wherever we went, when they would find out where we were on social media, and they would come to wherever we were. And when they would come there, it's like, we felt like we had no privacy. So we had to stop posting on social media at all, which is what we do for a living, because sometimes people don't understand the boundaries. So one time when she came, she was trying to make it look like it was a coincidence that she was where Lior and I were, but I had to actually be firm, and I had to not be nice about it. I wasn't rude by any means, but I wouldn't really make eye contact. I was like, we're going in this direction. It's not cool to follow people around everywhere they go. You know what I mean? And that was that's what I mean though. So if I would have been really nice, made a lot of eye contact, she'd be like, oh, this is okay. It's okay to follow people around. You see what I mean? I don't mean that with any negative energy, in case you're, I'm just saying that you at the same time have to be aware of your own boundaries. Even as everybody watching this video, what are your boundaries? Your boundaries, as spiritual people, many people have issues when it comes to having those boundaries. It's almost like many of us that have been through a spiritual awakening want other people to awaken as well. And what we do is we develop kind of a people-pleasing mentality. That's me, that's how I was especially. And that people-pleasing mentality, I would go around and I would feel bad if anyone felt anything less than I wanted everyone to feel the way that I felt. However, what I eventually realized is the more successful I've become, the more I had to commit to my vision, and the more I had to say no to certain things, whether that's no to people that wanted to hang out when I knew that it would derail me, whether that's saying no to low vibrational foods, whether that's saying no to just things that will drain your energy. Part of communication is not just saying yes, but saying no. And you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else. By saying no to people that maybe would have drained my energy, I'm saying yes to having more energy that I'm able to put into that of my manifestations as to my vision. So now I'm gonna list off some things that in the order of that I say it right now. This is the order of power going to more and more powerful. Okay, so from the least powerful to the most powerful. However, there's these all have some form of communicative effect. So first off, we have that, let's say, the words that we say. The words that we say have a certain impact. If I'm talking right now, you can feel and kind of understand some of the intellectual ideas, but then under that, we have eye contact. There used to be this seminar they used to do where they would do this thing where they would just put two people in front of each other and they would just make eye contact for like 5 minutes. Just stare at each other, right in the eyes. And something profound would happen. Most people would start crying because when you look into the depths of someone's eyes for that long, you start to feel them. You start to literally feel like you're becoming one with them. And it's interesting too, I've seen things before when people are making eye contact like that, they can then tap into each other's memories. They're like, think of this one memory, and they'll think of this memory, and the other person can explain the memory that's in their mind. The other person can. I've seen that happen before as well through two people mirroring each other, which means they have similar body language. They begin to sync up, and then the eye contact transmits that information. So eye contact can be extraordinarily powerful. Then we have that of touch. Okay, so touch is like if I were to, you've seen people that go heal before, they're like, doing like reiki, or if I were to like touch your shoulder right now, you certain amount of energy connection you feel with somebody that is a very touchy person even. Have you ever met somebody that's a very touchy person, a big hugger, and you feel very connected to the person that's hugging you? Most people would. Some people may have, they've had bad experiences with that in the past, therefore they resist it. But in general, that's something that's very powerful as well. Now, the other side of this as well is then under that would be sex, would be intermingling with someone like that. When you do that, there's a great amount of energy exchange that happens between all the chakra points in the body. So something to be very mindful of. You don't want to mix that with somebody that has energy that's going to drain you, somebody that maybe has negative intentions. You want to be very mindful of who you do that with, and understand that that has a powerful effect on your energy. Now, even everything I share with you right now, the most powerful thing that you can do is understand that your vibration, if you keep it high, these things will not influence you. If you focus on your own vibration and staying in a high vibe state by understanding that even everything I just explained, even that all the way down to sex, can only impact your vibration up to, let's say, 15 to 20%. So even then, it's about understanding that you have an extraordinary amount of power over your own energy. And sometimes people ask me when it comes to communication, how do you shield yourself from negative people? Well, the key to this is knowing that these negative people that are around you they only can affect you if you then resonate with them. So if somebody comes over and is trying to get you into their reality, you have to first agree to it. You have to first off be willing to go there, and don't blame it on them. Because then it's like you're giving away your power. Understand that you are choosing it. So the key is to understand and change the frame. You are the star of your own movie. If somebody comes up to you and is trying to lower your vibration, you can walk away. You can go somewhere else. You can choose to not let it affect you. I used this analogy before, but if someone came up to me right now, I was like, Aaron, that is the ugliest purple shirt I've ever seen. You look like a dodo head. And I would be like, oh my God, I'm a dodo head, I have this purple shirt on. I'm not even wearing a purple shirt. I wouldn't even agree to that premise. I wouldn't let it in because I don't even agree to it. So what you can then realize is you can only let in what you choose to, and understand that you are the star of your own movie. That frame changes everything. So the other thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about is just the general energy of adding value in the world, communicating value, communicating, you become very confident the more you contribute. I think that my confidence has grown and skyrocketed over the year because I know that by making these videos, it helps people. And people would consider me somebody that adds value because I've made thousands of videos on YouTube, and just, when people meet me, I give a lot. I'm willing to I give too much sometimes. But and most likely that's you as well. You may be that of a giver. So it's two sides of this. Be aware of when to say no, have boundaries, but realizing you're saying yes to something else. If I were to stay inside my, for example, my Instagram DMs all day, communicating with people and trying to help people, when I get, not to be cocky, hundreds of them every day, I wouldn't have time to then say yes to my vision of making videos every day. You see what I mean? So it's about being aware of that balance for you, but then also at the same time just deciding that you are going to be somebody that adds value. There's something that you're passionate about that adds value to other people. And when you do that thing, you then find that it then increases your energy even more. Now, there's this other perspective I have that's on telepathy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that video here. Watch it on telepathy. It talks about how to communicate to the next level, how you can create telepathy to have a telepathic connection with other people, what that really is. I share all about that in the video that I'll go ahead and link below. I'll also put a little timestamp or a little video card thing right here as well. Watch that video next. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, you're communicating with people all the time. Understand that vibrational communication, have boundaries for yourself. In general, give value, be aware of your eye contact, and you'll find that then you have much better communication. So as always, see you in the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste.